What's up, DanceFam? Welcome to another episode of The Session. Today we're going to talk about episode 2 of World of Dance on NBC. Welcome back. I'm Russ, aka Lock and Robin, your host as always. Today we got 2 guests that you've seen before. One of them you've seen more recent than the other, and you'll see a lot more recently. So let's introduce them now. What's up, Vic?
What up, guys?
Victor Adebusola, former artistic director, Culture Shock DC, dynamic dance crew, team, Troupe.
Yeah,
I feel like it's changed over the years.
we call a lot of stuff. How's it going, guys?
Guys,
Answer.
he asked you. How
Yeah.
you doing?
Hi.
What's up, Russ?
Not bad. How are you, man?
Good, chilling.
How's it been in the past few days, I guess, since we've seen each other?
It's been crazy. I started working at the gym at a night shift. So
So you should be a better dancer now.
Yeah, or just tired all the time. And my little sister graduated, too. So,
Congrats to her.
Yeah. So
Congrats to you.
Chilling. Thanks, yeah.
What a successful family.
Yeah, she's awesome.
You're awesome, too, okay?
Thanks.
You're welcome. And to his left, we have Esther a.k.a. Esther Valencia. What's up, buddy?
How's it going?
Esther, you're part of DanceFam, part of the crew, Tito BoyScouts, Funk
Yep.
Justice, BDCP, Adults,
Everything checked off, E above all.
Culture Shock. We're all Culture Shock. We all know each other. What's
Yep.
good with you, man?
Well, I'm on break from grad school right now, so
Man, everyone's in school.
it's pretty nice to be on break, not stressing too much, but still work, and yeah, it's just summertime.
It's gonna get hot.
Getting hot.
There we go. Started off right. So if this is your first time watching, all we do is talk honestly about, general things in the dance world, dance community. But for, I guess, like the next 10 plus episodes, we're going to be reviewing World of Dance on NBC Tuesdays at 10, I think, on the East at least.
Yeah.
9/11 Central. Well, I don't know.
10/9 Central.
Why is it on so late? Let's get into this. Why is World of Dance on so late? Not that I watch it that late.
Well,
Because I watch it maybe the day after.
I would think they like to put like the hot shows right before the news on NBC.
What time's the news?
11 o'clock.
Well,
In DC, at least.
it's not that hot of a show.
And
Not yet.
doesn't AGT comes on right before it, too, right?
No, see, that's a good show.
Yeah.
Is
It's like,
that Fox or NBC?
no, it's the same. It's NBC, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Yeah.
America's Got Talent and then
Oh,
World of
gotcha.
Dance, like right after.
It's like a bunch of reality shows.
True. Yeah, I'm not a... Never mind. Okay, well, I don't know
Yeah.
what we'll get into. So that's that. What do you guys want to talk about first? Esther, you weren't on last week's show, but we talked about like the judges and how we kind of
Right.
were okay with it, but not super fans of them. Vic mentioned that J-Lo talked a lot, and that stayed consistent through this episode too.
I'll be honest with that too. Yeah, she did have a majority of the time talking. I mean, sure, she does have a lot of say in the show because she is an executive producer.
It's her show.
But, maybe it is the editing also. Maybe they did have more to talk about, like the other judges, Neo and Derek. But I don't know. It probably is just bias that they need to give her more credibility, which is weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my assumption, but I honestly think that's just how it was edited.
Sure.
Maybe. I'm questioning a little bit why Neo. Also,
Yeah. So we talked about this last time. I mean, he dances in his stuff.
exactly. Yeah.
So he dances. I said that he's more of like the performance as a whole aspect. So, because I mean, he's a performer.
Mhm.
So is J-Lo. I don't know. He's not bad. We talked about him wanting to switch him with Usher and stuff like that
Sure, for sure.
because that would have been better.
But hey, I guess he's the one that agreed to the terms and whatnot. There's a lot of things that could go on, but I honestly still think like it's a little bit iffy for having Neo as a judge on the panel.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, I'll trust this for now. But if something slips up, I'm gonna be like, yeah. Well,
In this episode in particular, he liked using the term dynamics a lot, saying they were there or weren't there, even though some performances had like great dynamics. Go ahead, Vic. I know you want to say something.
Come on, Vic.
Dynamic.
What did Frieza say to Piccolo?
Shout out to Dynamic Dance Troupe.
Dynamic.
Such a jerk.
What'd you think of Neo's like judging this episode?
No, he did mention that a lot. I think Neo offers like I like his personality. I think Neo was fun and like he's like a little comical and like he's like he was, what did he say with the one guy? He's like, hey, like you have like the it factor, like, I don't know like how to describe it, but you know it when you see it, and that's like, I don't know, it's not bad. I think it's like you have each person offers something like different, and that's why they are the three judges. When it comes to like feedback, it usually just kind of seems like Neo like either like feels it or he doesn't feel it, like and it's like, oh, like I liked it, or oh, it was missing something, and that's basically it. I mean, I feel like he maybe gave some more feedback at other times, and I might be forgetting, but it generally is like either he likes it and his score is higher than 80, or he doesn't like it, or it was missing something and his score is less than 80. Let me not say he doesn't like it; it's just missing something.
Right.
So.
I think the only one who gives like really good advice and different every time is Derek.
Yeah, most definitely.
I mean, he's the most cynical one.
Yeah.
So I mean, he demonstrates it so far in both episodes.
Yeah, so far it's 2 out of 2. He's just like bam. It's like I'm just
I'm shy.
a little shy, just a little shy.
Get off that horse. Get off that horse.
It's like trying to be modest, but like you're not modest, and it's okay because you're famous. You're still gonna have to be modest, but like stop acting like it.
But like I feel like the other 2 judges are either like, I wish there was more, or something general like that. That I feel like if I was on a show, I would want to hear like specifics, I guess.
Sure.
So I can prove.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think just because it's still the qualifying like rounds. I think they're just being the sugarcoating right now. I think they'll get more critical as the show progresses. That's why they're not giving so much, especially airtime to Jenna. I think she'll have more of a hand in the show later on.
At this rate, I think she's going to disappear altogether, dude.
But I have hope. I have hope that she'll be more involved with the show. But right now, definitely, I'm seeing like, why is she there?
Yeah. Like she doesn't even introduce anybody. She's just the comfort or the sob story getter outer.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. She's there with the parents. She's there with the crews. Just like, oh, it's okay. Oh, you did great. Yeah.
Speaking of sob stories,
go ahead.
They're doing like the same thing that like the other shows do. They try to help you like I guess empathize with like the dancers and realize that they're like people dealing with the same like similar issues that we're dealing with. They're laying it on like really thick already, and
super thick.
Yeah. In Fik-Shun, I mean, we're not talking about the dance.
Well, we
yet,
can.
But
let's do it.
Like, Fik-Shun's like sob story. Not to place value. Like, I caveat this by saying everyone deals with stuff differently.
Yeah.
And the way I might deal with something or how it affects me it might not be the same for someone else. It just felt like a lot. It was just kind of awkward because it was almost like he was like talking until he could find something that was sad enough to make him like start crying.
Sure.
Because it was just kind of like, it's like my parents are separated and they're separated. And I was like, okay, like that's like 80% of like the United States like kids, and you're not even a kid anymore. You're kind of older. So, but I get it. I mean, it motivated his like dancing, but it honestly could have been like, honestly, this song is about like, my parents not being together when I was growing up and how it feels, how it's made me feel.
And that's it, right?
Done.
Yeah.
I was like, why are we spending like 5 minutes on this this story?
It's also that, but like they do it twice, like backstage, like before he gets on, and then after, so that the judges can ask him too. And it also kind of sounded like he was forced to say things like that, like oh yeah, use that, say more of that, as they're like recording him or something like that.
So
it was sorry, go ahead.
A bit scripted is what you're saying.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like all he said was that they were separated. It wasn't anything like, and they hate each other, or like they like they're separated and they live across the country apparently. But I was like, I don't know. Not that I mean, I had assumed it's not amicable, but like some are like, some are like I was confused as to why it was so sad. Like, kind of just wanted to watch him dance at that point. And it doesn't. I don't know. For me, I could have heard that story I still have the same opinion about him dancing. It doesn't really do anything other than maybe it's because we're like dancers but but it just doesn't like do it doesn't really do much like, but just maybe you should stop editing it out, Jenna, and then like stop making these stories so damn long. Like you know what I mean? Like,
they got to give her more that time rather than like the stories.
So let's get into his dance. Like, what do you guys think? Like, how did you think his story affected the piece? I guess Esther, if you want to start.
I mean, I did like that. There's a story behind how he was dancing. Mm-hmm. But again, yes, I didn't like the fact that they had to repeat it because like I think we got it backstage already. Right. I think the judges could have asked him something else other than like what the motivation was. I think they could have asked him like, what was why this style to that song, or something more in depth a little bit. I don't know, but just something. I just wanted to hear something different other than just the same story. Because then, okay, I get it. I'm empathizing with you, but I want to feel something else. Like, give me a reason why to really like you to be on this show. I don't know. That's just me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I did like his performance. Don't get me wrong. He's very good at what he does. It's a very different kind of way of exhibiting popping, and his popping style. Mm-hmm. But for all the poppers out there, don't like. I know you guys are like, if you do watch or not watch, but like,
iffy about his style.
Yeah, it's a little bit like, I don't know. Is it really touching on the popping style?
Well, I think he just hits a lot. I think. I wouldn't really call him a popper per se.
Right.
I think that he has hits. It's like saying a crumper, like he has crumpers hit.
True.
Or like in choreo you see a lot of hits, but it's not like they're popping. So that's how I kind of relate to it, or kind of describe it.
True. Well, I mean, for me, I'm just used to a certain kind of seeing a certain kind of popping. I don't pop myself, but I felt like it could have been a little more, giving me more, because I've seen dancers like him using that style to that kind of music. They do a lot better. Sure. I've seen better. Not saying that he's not a good dancer. I'm just saying that I felt like he was still holding back.
Yeah. Vic, what'd you think?
I thought it was good. I thought I liked what he said before he started dancing, when they were like interviewing him, and he mentioned something about like he knows that he's good at his performance is good, and that he knows that his dancing is about making people like feel something. Which I think like his dancing like tonight was like a perfect example of like how like when a emotion or whatever, that character kind of like wins over like almost all the time. So like the dancing like wasn't crazy like amazing, like not, and that's me saying I can't do stuff he does, but it wasn't like right. It wasn't like super like athletic. Well, there were moments of athleticism, but it wasn't like crazy athletic and crazy. It wasn't. I don't know. It just wasn't like something I'd never seen before, but I think he was like very connected to the song and his like performance, and I think it like made the judges feel something, and that's how he like was able to really go through, which is good. That's what you're supposed to, I think. So I like I did like it. He has like some pretty strong hits too, I think. And
strength.
And strength, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that's what's just really like just good about him. But yeah, I mean, he like we talked about it the other day too. Like it could just be, people are like, and we can talk about it later with other people. But like, you don't want to give away everything in the beginning, because each basically you have to be better than you were last time. Each time you do it. So, so yeah, I think he played it smart. I like the song. I like the way he danced to it.
I agree. I've seen his stuff like at World of Dance, and I guess So You Think You Can Dance a little bit. I didn't really watch his season.
Sorry.
But
so good.
Yeah, I didn't know he was on that show either.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He won the men's side of, I guess.
I think he won the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why I said male. I could be wrong. Maybe they did it differently that year, but there's only one winner.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he won. So
yeah, But I've seen the stuff. I didn't think this was any more special or any more, I guess, awesome than any more better than his normal stuff. I guess his other stuff. Yeah. It's just because he is a street dancer. Mm-hmm. So seeing him freestyle, he needs to really come up with some other tricks, or I hate saying tricks, but like bigger things, newer things, like things that make him more unique. Put it that way. Otherwise, I think he's going to fizzle out or like lose maybe in the next round. Because I feel like they might pair him up. So in the next stage of things, I think it's like a duel.
Yeah, a duel.
I feel like they're going to make him battle like Lay Twins. Or something like that, because they have similar styles.
Do.
Well, at least they're the only two street street dancers that we've seen so far.
Right.
I think. So if that happens, it's like twins against Fik-Shun. I don't.
It's like World of Dance.
It's like World of Dance. All right, let's move on. Well, the first
group is
the lab.
The lab.
The kids.
Oh my gosh.
The juniors. The stank face.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, those kids.
I can start off. They were good.
Yeah. Yes, they were.
They were hype as I don't want to curse. They were hype as crap.
Yeah.
They were they were clean.
Yeah.
Raw. Big, man. They were big for like their size. They're so little. I like their formations. I like their the transitions too. They were good. But one thing I cannot get over, two things. I read it online, so other people think the same. I don't like it when dancers mouth the words to whatever they're dancing to. I can't stand that. It's like you're not in a music video. This isn't your song. We're that and the stank face. Man, I hate the stank face.
Everybody made the same stank face.
Like, if you listen to the song, it's not. Oh man, I don't want to say anymore. Vic, let's go with you. What'd you think of them?
Same. No, I love them. They were like hype, and they're good. They're just really good. And everything was like well thought through. Everything, they had a lot of like just crazy moments. You know, there's like lifts and like throws and like phantom off the floor. And,
I was gonna say the tricks are well placed.
Yeah,
they really
it was
were
always smart. I mean, basically the same thing. I had I'm like, what is wrong with her face? Like, and not in a mean way, but like it's the same old like little kid like crap stank facial. Like something smells really bad, and it's like so overdone and like not genuine. Like you can tell when a kid is really into it and they're dancing it. You can tell when the kid is like
forcing the face.
Yeah,
and they're like, it's like just go poop if you need to go poop. But other than that, like they're crazy good. Like I mean, I guess I'd rather take that facial than like no facial.
Right.
But no, I think so.
No,
because no facial used to be a thing too. Remember when people would dance with no facial and they would think they were killing it? I'm like, no, you just look like you don't like dance.
They really they just look bored. They're bored killing it.
But yeah, other
this
than
is
that,
so
like,
easy.
They were good. They weren't even good. They were great.
They were
really good.
Did they score over 90?
I
don't think so.
They're average.
I don't think anyone scored over 90.
Not in this one. I don't think so. Yeah.
I thought they did. I think I remember
maybe it was
the lab.
them.
They scored at least a 90. The judges.
No, they did.
The judges were won
I
over.
remember.
They got that 90.
I think it was like 90, 92, 92.
Oh,
I think it was like 91.3 afterwards. What'd you think, Eser?
Well, first, shout out to whoever put that together for them and taught them how to dance like that.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. But yeah, no doubt. Like whoever instructed them or instructors, choreographers, good for you. Applause for you for teaching them that there's more movement than just picture movement on choreography dancing. Because I'm tired of seeing that. Because that's the kind of dancing I love seeing on stage. That rawness, that just full out movement, big movement, and the costuming was just like, yes, I can see who you are, rather than uniform. Like it was uniform in a sense, but like
they had a theme.
They had like identities about them.
Yeah, I agree. I like that.
The background story for the kids I
was gonna get there.
That was something. Like I didn't know that they were all like underserved kids, like
from broken homes.
I'm like, oh my gosh, so this is like a real life story right here for these kids.
Okay, so like the broken home thing though, so it's like okay, one of the kids was talking at the beginning, and I'm not trying to take away, I'm sure like it could have been rough, I'm sure. But they were like, yeah, my parents argue all the time. Okay,
same.
Move on. me too. You think most parents argue? Because I mean, any couple argues. There has to be more. Maybe it could have been the kids just don't even know what else is happening, or maybe they're too embarrassed to say it. So I'm sure it's there, but I'm not sure if that alone would qualify as like a broken home and to start crying and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to sound insensitive though, but
no, I mean I think also like the point of that one was like the point of that whole her little like 20-second spiel was like that second part of it too.
Oh right, I forgot.
I was like, and this is the only place I like come, and this is like home.
She forgets everything.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. Because I remember I was feeling the same way too. I was like, okay, my parents argue too, all the time. So, or they yell all the time. Like it wasn't but not to take away from not to take from anyone away from anyone's
hurt feelings.
But you just maybe ABDC. I mean, WAD should just stop like they should just chill with the sob stories. It doesn't really add like I don't know.
It's TV though, and it's on a major network.
It is.
Yeah, I guess for like the average, the lay person.
Yeah. The lay people,
commoner, the people. You non-dance folk. No, I'm kidding.
No, you're right.
I guess it
really.
Yeah, it connects more. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go far.
Oh yeah,
I think so too. Because they
the juniors,
they definitely have versatility quality about them. They're gonna come up against like the top already.
Because only juniors we saw were the ballroom dancers from last week and the contemporary dancer from last week.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's it. So far, the lab is better than both. I think. Wonder who's gonna have to face them. That's gonna be interesting. Seeing kids face off against each other. That's gonna be interesting.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to play spats. I really want to make a bracket.
Choreography battles?
Yeah. I want to put a bracket. We're going to make a little score sheet.
Oh, jeez. Hi, welcome to ESPN.
That's what we're going to talk about next. Dude, or the next few episodes.
I'm totally winning that.
Final four.
Ooh. Shout out to the Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
KD. Stephen Curry.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Yep.
Who performed after Fik-Shun? Miami All-Stars.
Yeah, the Miami All-Stars.
The Latin group. I'm glad there was Latin. I wanted more Latin. Like I want more urban or non-urban style.
Exactly.
Vic, you liked them, didn't you?
I thought it was okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. We talked about. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I can talk about that. I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I'm not the Latin nor ballroom dancer like know all, but like it was cool. I feel like it was there was a lot, like kind of like what Jay was saying, there was a lot going on, and it's weird because that song isn't like that big, but it still felt like the song kind of overpowered them a little. Like I was more like I want like singing the song and not thinking about like them dancing. And also somebody straight up busted their butt like on the stage, like he did like. I don't know if they just didn't see that, but he felt like on his face. It like got up.
It rolled. He rolled.
But I was like, dang.
It was like he recovered though.
He did recover.
It was a big pan out, and I just saw like, what's off here?
I was like, because at first I thought it was roll, and I was like, Russ, we gotta watch that again. I think he just actually fell.
Let's go ahead and rewind this.
Yeah.
And not to be nitpicky, but you fall because you like aren't in the right spot. Or you do something different, like you're supposed to.
Or maybe there's just too many of them on that stage.
Maybe there's a lot going on. Yeah. And I mean that's like not to be nitpicky, but that like shows like if you're ready to be on a stage, or if you're like disciplined enough, you know what I mean? Like if you practice enough to know where you're supposed to be going, so that when you get on the stage, you don't like jack it up and go another way. So like, I think that stuff's important. I'm the one who'll be like, he fell, and you get docked a point because you fell.
And adding to that, a reason could be because they're not full-time dancers. They are. This is like their side. They even said it. Their side, like their side gig. Some of them are like engineers or whatever. And there's a math teacher that I'm really fond of.
I like math.
I would learn math any day from her.
They did have cool lifts though, and they did have like I do think they had so kind of like what they said. Everyone on the show is good, definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So like when you play this comparison game, right? Like they were okay. It's like relative to the fact that they're all good already. So there was like some cool, and then there was cool dancing as well. But it just got really hard to watch, I think. And I think their costumes clashed. Like I didn't like what the guys were wearing.
Pastel blue with the hot pink.
It just didn't look like it. Looked like the guys were like going to go
to the beach.
To the beach, and the girls were like going to the club. Like it just didn't really match. It wasn't enough wow for the guys, and I think that might have also played into the fact of why it just looked kind of awkward or weird.
It looked like a quinceañera or something like that, like something that you would perform at a quinceañera or like some kind of family party. I wouldn't, other than the lifts and like the tricks. There was one where like the girl flipped forward and landed on her butt pretty much without hitting it hard. That was like the best part for me.
That was a pretty good trick.
I think other than that, everything else was just good. Just like Neo, I totally agree with Neo on how he judged this one. He was the only one below 80. Totally agree. Esther, anything else?
Yeah. When I started watching them, I was actually a little bit looking forward to it because I do like that kind of dancing. Sure. Like
show me more.
Like that ballroom dancing. I don't know. I never grew up doing ballroom dance, but I kind of grew an interest doing it. So maybe in the future.
He needs a partner.
I was like, are you trying to say something here?
Do you want to be my partner, Russ?
Taken.
But I was drawn in immediately when the performance started, but then as it progressed, I was losing my attention because it wasn't giving me more. Like it was who said it? I think it was Derek. He also said like he needed more, or it was J-Lo. That they said they needed more from them, but
Derek. Yeah,
I do hope they push through because they barely made it, but I'm kind of rooting for them because like there are a lot of real people like us, like we're real world people.
Well,
I can relate to that.
Full-time workers with dance. Yeah, I guess to relate to us because dance is your job.
Yeah, but it still feels like I'm not like I teach a lot versus like going like working dance jobs. So I feel like it's a little different.
Still feels like a side thing.
Feels like job. Yeah. Feels like a 9 to 5, just 5 to 9, and like intense evenings. But
gotcha. That's it for them. I think they better come up with something like new.
They need
or
to
like
give something
bigger, new costumes.
I don't know. I mean,
same style, different colors.
The girls look good.
They're repping Miami.
The girls do look good.
Yeah, no lie.
It's just like the hat and it's just like.
Yeah, the guys could have done a little bit something different with their costuming to match the girls.
Just chilling.
Let's move on to
the
ballroom. Yeah, the ballroom.
The couple?
It was like you said cabaret.
Yeah, is it they said cabaret style?
I think it was cabaret.
The dude said ballroom. Like he's a ballroom dancer. They're ballroom dancers, but I think their style of what they did was cabaret, I guess.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they said it.
Yeah.
Maybe I wasn't listening.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I was like, I don't think I made it. I was like, I don't. That's not how I make it.
I kept focusing on the guy because he is big so as crap, man. He looks like Thor.
Like I stepped
clean shaven Thor.
Yeah, Colossus. That's what.
There you go. That is Colossus.
When they were interviewing him before they performed, I thought Luka said like, "Yeah, I'm 15." I was like, "No, you're not."
He's 19.
Yeah, I rewinded just to make sure I heard him right. I was like, "Okay, I'm
even as 19, though, dude. That he is Colossus, man.
That is a big man.
I am Colossus. Negasonic teenage. Deadpool.
Oh, jeez.
To his strength.
Yeah.
Is his strength.
Yeah.
And I mean, she wouldn't be able to do, or they wouldn't be able to do like half the things that I see most of the things that they did trick wise, unless he was that big and that strong and capable. So capable.
Yeah.
And she's good too. Obviously, she wouldn't be able to do it if she didn't have the skill and talent.
Yeah.
At first, I was getting bored at the first half of it. Well, not really bored. I just was waiting for something to happen, but it didn't seem like anything was going to happen. So I was like, oh, maybe this is the group to get cut for this episode. But then, man, was I pleasantly surprised. Things just kicked up.
Oh,
it went from like 5 to like 11 really fast.
Just like here.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah, the tricks, it looked like she was just like a rag doll getting thrown all over the place. But, you know, still with technique enough to maintain like the composure and everything. So that was pretty damn amazing. I think they could have been my favorite of the night, I think. Eser, what'd you think?
I'm just really impressed with their chemistry because they did mention that they've only working for 3 years together, and they're like really professional, and like you just see them how they stick together, and just like how Luka was able to toss her around. I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's crazy. That was just crazy stunts right there that he was doing with her. I was just like, and he's on point. He was just really sticking to that music, and the rhythm was just going. It felt right, like watching it too.
In the slow motion though, like his face is just like.
Okay, I probably missed that, but I was just very captured by like how they were handling each other on the dance floor like that. It was just very amazing to me.
He could handle anybody, I think. Sorry.
I think Russ has a crush, y'all.
Yeah, I won't lie, dude. He was hard to not look at, put it that way. Because like, I feel like just the gravity of him alone just makes you drawn into it.
That's daddy. Daddy Luka.
Luka. What'd you think?
I thought they were really good too. And I feel like I kind of disagree with Russ. I think in the beginning, I think it's because I heard them say cabaret style. Like it was slow on purpose, and I thought they were like it was very like almost like teasing, and like it was purposefully like not big and dramatic in the beginning. And I liked it. I overall I liked it as well. I thought they basically everything you guys said. I thought the girl was very interesting. She was really good too, and I think like on a like aside from the partnering, she might be like the stronger like when it comes to like just moving and dancing.
I agree. Derek said it too.
Excuse me. Yeah, and Derek said it as well. So like so watching them, like dude was big and he was like strong and like twirling around, but I was actually kind of following the girl the most of the time. Because of how like good of a mover she was.
Sure.
But yeah, I love them. They have great chemistry too. A lot of trust, which is like really, I mean,
very
clearly essential.
Yeah,
but like
you need it. Yep.
But definitely like a lot more trust. Like she was literally like twirling on his head like 3 or 4, like it was like literally 6 times. And she was just like
it was like an anime, and she was like battling. She was just jumping, and all you see are like lines. Yeah. You can't see.
I was waiting for a jutsu to happen or something.
That stuff's like scary though. Like I mean, just from what I can't imagine like being either one, being up there and just being twirled around, or being the guy that's like, if I slip up once, she goes dead. Flying across the stage.
She's dead. That's her neck.
So like that. So that's like really cool. I like them a lot.
They were my favorite of the night. I think you're right. Or I think your disagreement is correct in the sense that, you know, I didn't know it was cabaret. I think even if I did know, I probably wouldn't have because I don't think I really know cabaret too well. Well, you know, I definitely don't know cabaret too well, put it that way. So I wouldn't have known to expect just like the teasing, I guess easing into the whole set or the whole piece. So I wouldn't have known. But thank you for clarifying. Okay.
I mean, a thought just occurred to me, like when they were doing the tossing and turning and whatnot, I was like, is there a way to spot? You know, like when you're...
It's a good question.
Maybe our eyes are closed. We should look... No. I would close my eyes.
Because seriously, like after that final like...
No.
After that final toss up and like she just walks in a straight line, I'm like...
Okay, well when he tosses her and she just spins over that horizontal...
Right.
I think I would have closed my eyes then. But like if it's going like around a person, I think I would have to know. I don't know. I guess your body has to know.
You just know how many times it's supposed to go. Like 1 round, 2 round, 3. All right, open my eyes.
Like the same way you do like a gainer or anything like that.
Yeah.
True. Or like a front flip.
True.
I don't know. Maybe you should probably keep your eyes open. But I just get sick easily.
I don't know. Just a food, just something to think about, because that just a thought that came to me.
If this is what they brought out now, I can only imagine like what else they know.
They got in their back pocket. Yeah, that's
Dude.
Crazy.
It's gonna be like The Mask, where Cameron Diaz just stays up there.
True.
Good movie.
Shout out to Jim Carrey and Cameron Diaz.
Mm-hmm. I just download. Never mind.
Might want to be careful with that statement.
I just downloaded the song from iTunes. What's it called?
Hey, Pachuco.
Yeah, that song. That's what I was gonna say. After I bought it on iTunes. Okay. So anything else about this crew?
No,
that's it. I'm good.
They're definitely better than the other bottom couple. They were juniors though.
The juniors.
But the girl was young in this.
Yeah, she's 16. Mm-hmm. So it's weird to me. Like, are they considered the adult category?
No, well, the upper just says up to 18 years old. No,
okay, or is it 18?
No, I think it's up to 18.
Huh.
And up to 18 and only 4 people, I think, or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. These divisions confuse me. Anyway.
Same. I was like, what's the difference between that and the... Anyway.
Yeah, and the larger team.
So I could be in the upper category if I was 9.
Sure.
That's basically what that says. Unless we're missing something. That's why I'm like, I'm confused. But
well, I mean, it's not like we have a host that explains anything. So all we have are like just the overlay of everything. Oh man, I hate this. I hate the format of the show. I will say it now. I've said it before. I don't like how the show is handled.
This is just it's confusing.
It's just watching or dance videos. It's like I think it'd be better if I just watched it on YouTube. You know, just the sets because like everything else doesn't make sense to me anyway.
You can do that on their on NBC's.
Can you?
Yes, you can just watch the videos.
I bet you that's all they did. They just had those and then just kind of stitched it together.
Dang. They like probably did all the like the B-shot stuff. Like they're like, all right, we're gonna do this all in like 2 hours. Everyone just hang around. Yep. We're gonna interview every single one of you guys.
All right, pretend like you just came off stage.
All right, let's take it again.
But like before the commercial break, you know how they have like the up next.
Yeah,
that takes forever. That's like a longer segment. Like you could have had like Jenna, like say something like up next. You want to stick around for a song, so. In part of the whatever division.
Kind of like how Mario Lopez did it.
Or literally any other host on any other show.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, man. Alex Trebek. Give me Alex Trebek. He's better. Drew Carey, I don't care.
Category is
Steve Harvey does not need another show.
I was gonna say.
An album cover.
Last performance of the night was the contemporary dancer. Vic, you're familiar with him.
Yeah, the solo.
Yeah, he's really good.
What's his name?
Nick Daniel, was that his name? Something like that.
Okay.
I could be wrong. He's from Miami.
Yeah.
A lot of Miami.
Young.
Miami's got a crazy dance scene.
Yeah, Miami breeds dancers, apparently.
Yeah. No, it actually does.
It's like, no, they really do.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I thought he's crazy. He's like really, really good. Technically. His flexibility is like nuts.
Yep.
He has great control. It's not just like loosey goosey. Like you can tell it's like supported by like muscle and control because it doesn't just like flop everywhere to a degree. I think I talked about with Russ earlier, but like I'd be interested to see what he does next.
I agree.
Because I feel like I got a lot of everything. So like, and it's kind of the same story with whatever Diana Pombo or the girl in the first,
the young girl,
the young girl, where it's like so leggy and so tricky that after a while it's gonna become like monotonous too. You're gonna be like, okay, another leg, another.
True.
Unless I'd love to see like more of the. Oh, did we talk about Quick Crew?
Oh no! We'll get back to them.
Sorry, it just dawned on me.
Right.
But let's talk about him first, and then we'll talk about Quick Crew.
Okay, that was my favorite night. But anyway,
you're right.
And the only reason I thought about that was because like I felt like it was, and they were like we could tell he had the emotion there, and I was like, I don't necessarily agree.
Not really. He did this a lot.
Yeah, like I think when he was like, to me it's very easy to get into someone when you whip your head around, you whip your neck, like that's not because you don't have to look at anyone.
No, that's because of physics.
Exactly.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm angry on this part, so I thrash. Like not anyone, but thrashing was not as hard as like someone like just like
a subtle motion.
Yeah, like, and I think you can see that in his like in his dancing where like he can give you like the extreme when it's like somewhere where it has to be like an emotion that's like very like relatable / like natural or like things that you do every day or like things you feel every day. It doesn't look like as believable or like what is the word? Oh my gosh,
Sincere?
No, it's like yes, that's totally correct, but no, that's not the word. It's a
bird.
I can't think of it, but basically, like it's things that you do every day. Like it's
routine.
No, I'm just gonna. This is like gonna be like 5 minutes of the show. It's like I hate myself for not knowing this. It's basically like, forget it. But basically, it's the emotion that happens to you every day, not the like big dramatic emotions like where like death has happened to you and I'm like hugely depressed, but more like I don't know, like I'm tired or something that's like not as like deep,
sure,
or like heavy or like easy to do because it's so like extreme. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right.
So it'll like if he can't pull that out, like there's dances that I love that are amazing that don't do any like not any kind of tricks. They're just great like performers and you can like relate and empathize like easily with them, and that always wins over. Not always, but like 8 out of 10 times it wins over the tricks and stuff. So
I agree.
We'll see what happens later on. If he can pull that out, then he'll kill. If he can't, then he's probably get tired of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think about this word as you guys talk.
Esther.
I think Vic said most of it. I'm not a contemporary dancer person, but I do.
Really?
Yeah. But I do appreciate it. I do like what I see on stage when I do see it. I think it's very emotional, and it bears a lot of soul in there when you're seeing somebody just dancing contemporary. And I was just very impressed with his contortioning motions and just
sorry, good.
He was just very rubbery. I just want to make that word.
I was gonna say he's like Isaiah from Lions of Zion. If he was a contemporary.
Yeah, if he was a contemporary. Yeah. But I have to agree with Vic also because I think he gave everything already there on the table. Because like, yes, it's a qualifying round and no stops because you want to push through. But
yeah.
I do want to see what else he can offer, because if that's all he can give and it's going to be the same throughout the show, I'm a little worried for him. Like if he can only do that much.
I mean, I can say this about a lot of people that we've seen already. I'd be worried about like what else they have, because I feel like I've seen everything that they do have.
Yeah.
His story, his sob story, like you got to say, no one has like a happy story.
No, nobody, not so far.
But his story is probably the one that I believe the most. Like he just lost his dad, and like his mom was crying in the back. I was like, I can feel that.
Yeah, I did.
That's probably the only one I feel. Not that I'm trying to downplay anyone else's like
background.
Yeah, stories or where they came from or how it shaped them and whatnot. I just think when it comes to this commercial show that tries to profitize off of their stories, I think I believe his the most. Because it's the least like.
I did this last time too.
If anyone heard, if you guys didn't hear that, or if you did hear that, that was Vic hitting the stage set. And there goes my train of thought. Let's move on.
Sorry. The backgrounds is the most. I'm sorry.
Okay, I changed my answer from my favorite of the night to this group, Quick Crew.
Yeah, Quick Crew.
How do we forget?
Yeah, I don't know. They were
like third in the lineup too, or something.
No, they were like second to last or something like that, right? Or because the guy was last. I think.
Yeah, the contemporary dancer, he was last.
But anyway, Quick Crew. I thought they were on point in every way. I think. Like, just three of them.
Yeah, it is.
It's just three. Just three of them. They pick, like, an abstract song compared to their style, Dolly Parton. Which, I wish more people would do, step out of their box. The one way you could do it, probably the easiest way you could do it, is to pick a song that
Yeah.
you normally don't dance to, and then fit your style to it. Make your that's what a true dancer I think is.
Yeah.
Like, especially with a street dancer, I might get a lot of heat for this, but like, if I'm a locker, if I say I'm a locker, I should be able to lock to whatever I hear.
Yeah.
Because that's what I am. Not, I can only lock to, funk and soul music. No, I can, give me a good country song and I'll try and make it fit. Because I feel like that's what a dancer in their own right should be able to do. Bring the music to life however they can with their style, whether it be a known style or not, or just whatever, like free movement. So I thought what they did was really good because they were able to do that without missing any kind of a beat. Or without having to sacrifice anything of their style. That's pretty much it, man. I think everything else was on point. Vic, you've been following them.
Forever.
Five ever.
I mean, Quick Crew is like dope. They've always been really good. And, I mean, they just proved it tonight. Like when they came on the show and they were like, why just dance? Like, I don't know. They're just good. Like, they're in sync like crazy. Yep. It's like they're on the same wavelength.
Yep.
Their movement is intricate, but it's clear. It's like they dance with emotion. Like I felt it. Like, and they're very smart about their choreography is interesting and it makes sense.
So far, they're the only ones in the actual world outside of the United States because they're from Norway.
Exactly. Yep. They also, but like honestly, this might have been my favorite one from like so far out of like all like both episodes.
I agree.
And it's just like, and it's crazy because it is like there's something. I don't know why, but it's weird. There's something like simple about it too. Even though it was like intricate and hard, and they did all this like, and everything was basically on point. Like it was like simple. Like like I said, like I was talking about last episode, like anyone can watch it and say that that's like really, really good dancing. Yeah, I mean, and maybe they're lucky because it's 3, but it keeps you. It's very easy to focus on it. It doesn't. It's literally what I just said. It's like the opposite of what I just said about the other guy.
Yeah,
it doesn't need a trick or anything to prove that it's like really good dancing. It's not like flashy or showy or going for the oohs or ahs. It's just like,
and it doesn't look like they gave away like anything that they were holding back.
Yeah,
like,
they could literally keep doing like crazy stuff. Like
they could have a whole like trick bag like in the back somewhere if they needed it.
Exactly.
Like, but no, God, man,
I fanboyed hard. I mean, it would be. I think they're another group though. I mean, I've seen a lot of their stuff, so I know they can do different things. But like from that performance, if you didn't know them, you'd definitely be hooked and want to know like, oh, what are they gonna do next? Can they do more than what they just did? Like, is that just the vibe we're gonna get each time? So
I hope they win.
Me too. I need to see who else is on the show.
Sure.
Because I was like, I love Keone and Mara too, but I was like,
Quick
Crew might need to win this one. I'm fans. So.
Keone and Mara want a baby though, man.
So
they also got that ebook project coming out.
Esther, what'd you think? Quick Crew.
I don't like them. I'm just kidding.
All right, and that's the show. And that's the last time you'll see Esther on this show.
No, they're amazing. I've been following them too, but not as long as Vic has been. But I just wanted to ask, do you know if they're? I'm not sure, but are they traditionally have a b-boy background or anything? Somewhere I heard them.
Don't think so.
For some reason, I heard that, or I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong or something. Somebody correct me, but I heard it somewhere. But maybe not. But Quick Crew, they just do it all the time. Like, wow. I just kept waiting there when I was watching them. Like, what are they gonna do next? Like every time they perform, every time I see them on YouTube, like, what is their next product? Like, this is just
like hair gel.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They got the urge to herbal. But yeah, I was just ready for them to give me something else, and let alone the song they chose. Like, this is very out of the box and something I definitely didn't expect.
They have a dope website.
They have a dope website.
Yeah. Look at that! Oh my gosh! Sorry,
I can't really. Okay, there it is. But yeah, very talented trio. And they do exemplify what it means to be crew, because they've been together for such a long time.
That's a real crew.
Yeah.
Not just crews like, hey, you guys want to do something together?
Let's put something
they
together.
actually grew up together and dance.
You can see it in their dancing.
Yep.
Yeah, like that. That's what helped their dancing. Like, just keep that connectivity, that chemistry, and like, you know what they're all going through. Like, just reading all their moves. That's why they're so very similar in how they move, how they do things, just the way they execute and accent certain things too. So it's just really nice to see that on stage. You know,
they call their style of dance the quick style. They're really big on it.
True.
I'm just reading their thing. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I really want them to win. I hope they win. But then I guess we have to see everyone else too. Because what the Jabberwockies like pull something out, they're like, coming. Man, they still got it.
I know. Far, they're my favorite.
Can't wait for that Jabberwockies Kinjas episode.
True.
They're about to battle each other.
Ooh, that'd be a good battle, dude.
Jitsu versus Jitsu.
True. I mean, the originals pretty much though. Jabberwockies.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Never figured out what that word was.
What? Oh, really?
You couldn't figure it out?
No.
Okay.
I need to get past these qualifier rounds already. I need to get into the good stuff because this show so far is boring, to be honest.
Oh, that's something else we talked about with judging. Like, and they don't show it too much, but like I don't know. I feel like I'd believe it more too if we saw some 60s, like
they had that whole segment of people they cut.
I was about to mention something about that.
Like the kids, the first time they cut kids, the littlest of the kids.
We were like, they're never gonna cut some kids, and they cut kids, and I was like, yes, but not like yes, but like
okay, I believe it.
This
now.
is real now. This is a real show, but I don't know. For some reason, I still think they should have given their 15 seconds in the show, like show their performance.
5 seconds is fine.
Like how they did with the clogging team Next Level last week.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Well, I think they cut them, or they didn't. They showed all of the cloggers because it's clogging. Like they want, I guess they want variety.
That's true.
I think the people that they cut were just like another like ballroom type group, kind of similar to like the Miami All Stars. Mm-hmm. The two kids, and then like.
It was a duet. It was a
the duet from the area
from Ashburn.
Yeah,
Studio Blue.
Yeah.
Shout out. No shout out. Okay.
JK. And then they show that like there was like a hip hop group that like I remember like Fik-Shun was like, what was it, Fik-Shun or somebody was watching it too?
Oh yeah, Fik-Shun. It was Fik-Shun.
And they like got cut. Some girl dropped in the split, and then they were like.
They were like wearing white. Right?
Yeah, and they were like, they didn't make it.
Speaking of watching backstage, when they show those scenes of them watching the TV, what they're watching is not what we're seeing. Like hands down, that looks CG'd on like crazy. Like they take the edited footage and like put it on post.
Yeah, something was off.
I was like, that's not what they're watching. They have to be watching like a faraway view type of thing because. No, I'm not buying it. It just looks fake. That's what I look at as an AV person. Sorry.
Or maybe it's a green screen on the TV and they're just reacting to it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Now look sad because that's where we're gonna insert them getting cut or look surprised.
All right, let's wrap it up by going around and saying what we're excited for. I guess like the next episode. For me, I just want to see the Jabberwockies because I mean I want to see how they are now. That's it. Like it's been how long? Over
been a
like
while.
10 years probably.
They've been mostly in Vegas doing their show too.
Well, I don't think even they do it anymore. Like they have other people in their show. I think they handle most of the business side of things. Because it could be literally anyone on their mess. So, and I don't think they're there all the time, like doing nightly shows.
That's true. Such a smart idea.
Yeah. But that's just me. I just want to see a Jabberwockies. I want to see more or like different styles. Like they showed a little bit of a tap dancer in a cypher. I want to see the tap dancer, especially if he's solo. Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that's it for me. Eser?
I'm ready to see the duels.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to see like them face off with each other and see how that goes. It'll be interesting for the judges to really toss it up, like the contemporary with the I don't know, tapping or ballroom and hip hop, something like that. Just like how will they really draw the line? What would be good for them to get them through? Because they're all different backgrounds.
Yep.
And can we really trust their judgment? You know,
If we can't trust it now, then we can't trust it ever.
right?
I hate extremes, but only a Seth deals in extremes. Wait, what was it? Absolutes. Sorry. Only a Seth deals in absolutes. Vic.
Okay. I think I'm looking forward to like similar to Russ, like more styles, but more styles in like bigger groups. Like I like
True.
the larger group things. Those are cool to see. So like it'd be nice to see like, you know, like a younger kids doing like a bigger group, you know, I don't know, like jazz or something different just to mix it up. Because, I'm tired of seeing all the hip hop routines or
it's getting boring.
Let's like mix it up. And I think that's what they probably have them spread across in like,
True.
You know, to give more content for each show. But yeah, other
Cool.
than that, that's it.
Sweet. All right. Where can people find you, Vic?
_Victor ADE. Yeah, basically Instagram, Twitter, and then
Everything.
all the other stuff.
Yep. And next week, right, on the show?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you'll be.
I'll be here again. Same old cynic.
He's our Simon Cowell.
Thank you. That's the best compliment I could give.
I love Simon Cowell, man. He's like the most real.
I'm always like shaking my head, and everyone's like, "That was so mean," and I'm like,
No,
"Yes,
they gotta lay it out like
so
that.
mean. That was awful."
Esther, man, where can people find you?
They can find me on Instagram at Valserca, VALSERCA, and they can find me on Zanga.
Oh man, they can find me on Asian Avenue with the Dragon Ball Z gifts.
Black Planet.
Also,
I
MySpace.
disabled the right click, so you can't take my gifts.
MySpace.
Good old days. And I have music playing, so you can stay there if you want to.
Yeah.
Top 8, but then you could change it.
Ooh,
So I only have like a top 4.
It's like you've been moved down to top 8.
that was a big deal.
Sure was.
You didn't answer my instant message.
Guys,
Good
we're
days.
old.
And as always, I'm Russ, aka Lock and Robin. If you like what you saw, and if you're listening on iTunes or podcast, keep listening. Subscribe to us on YouTube, dancefam.tv, dancefamtv everywhere else on every other social media. Hashtag the session. Tune in next time, guys. Peace.
Deuces.